Erudia, an ancient land where gods walk among men. A living, breathing, high fantasy world that we want to put into your hands. But we cannot do this alone. In order to bring you back to what tabletop is about, combat, exploration, adventure, we need your help to bring it to life. By supporting us on Patreon, you can support this project and the cast of Moonskull, with our promise that we will answer to the only people that matter. You. Legend Seekers, your legend starts here. Forge your path. Shape your destiny.
Wiggity wow, we're live. Awesome, outstanding. Well, welcome back to everyone. We did the right thing and took a last weekend off because I love life, and I'm sure everyone else who has a mom and or a wife also love life. So thank you for everyone's patience. It is great to be back, however, and we will get started as soon as possible. However, there is a lot of pre-show things to get to. Before we get into the benefits earned, we can get to the why the benefits were earned. And we'll start with we'll start with how everyone's doing. Sorry, I'm in a rush to get going. We left everything on a mystery, and you guys have a lot of moving pieces. Dragon, how are you doing?
Doing great. Able to level up, so just that much better than Rhythm now. I mean, we know Ash was already a little bit more superior to Vane, but now it's even more superior. And of course, he had to copy me. I took a new domain power that allowed me to mark an extra armor slot by marking stress, and of course he copied me, took the same thing. But to be expected. Anyway, you're doing great.
You got your ass whipped. That's the only reason you took that power. Let's be honest. But everyone else is terrified now.
And I increased my hit points. I increased my hit points by 1 too, because I was like, that was like almost dead.
Everyone learned the lesson. Like, oh, well, we can die in Daggerheart, or at least we can get the choice to have fun. Outstanding. Rhythm, what's going on, man?
I'm also doing great. I don't know this whole copying thing since I was done before Ash was done leveling up, but
that is true. That is true.
Yeah. Of course you were. Of course.
But I'm excited to see what happens tonight. I'm really excited to see if Axiom kills us all in our sleep, and 2, if Ash decides that the only way he's able to be effective is by effectively blinding us all again. That'll be great.
Mistakes were made.
It was so great. Oh my god! That if anybody that has not watched the last episode, please watch Ash go off. Only when we cannot watch him go off.
True statement. We have depictions coming up after the intros. Frost, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well, and we just realized he is the invisible boy of our party. He can only do well when nobody's watching.
Yep.
Maybe you want to put some clothes on if you want to keep fighting evil today. I'm looking forward to this. As Kasimir, I just increased my stress and got some new powers that are going to make things not want to be near me. So, normal dwarven stuff.
There you go. Nice. That's a good reference, actually. And last but not least, on the 5-minute penalty, Mega.
Mega reacts here. Hello. I am excited. I've thought about what I'm going to do this game, so we'll see what happens. And of course, I got a little bit stronger after our level up. So, because brute force kind of wins the day most times.
Is that how it works?
Brute force, man. It's simple but effective.
That's true. That's a true statement. Okay, let's go through the benefits earned, and then we'll show how a lot of these were earned. Leo, thank you for the fear. I'm going to have to earmark that, and I'm going to consider that a free fear burn because I have maxed out because these chuckleheads decided to take a long rest. But Leo, thank you, because whatever you do to be on the correct side of history is the right thing to do. Let's see. We had some. I guess there's an uncommon subscriber. It was a history eraser button, which gave a hope to Frost and Mega. And then Lynn Green at the common level gave a hope to Sendragon.
Yay!
And then the fan art was out of control, and it was giving hope to all 4 of you chuckleheads. So each one of you gets an extra hope.
I'm already maxed out on hope.
Yeah,
Can I bank those as well?
No, you cannot bank your hope. You cannot bank your hope. I'm not going to bank my fear because I'm going to forget about everything that I have been plotting in my head when we start talking anyway. Now, let's find out
stuff in my diary for hope in the future. Dear diary.
This is how it goes. Okay, let us take a look. And the art came in from, of course, John Gordon and Sassy Witch this time. And man, it was so. Here is, I've learned how to do. Oh, well, you know what? Hold on. I almost did it again. I almost fucking did it again. But I am a clever bitch. There we go. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Now we can show the players. So this is the first piece of art, and this is the one interpretation of the fight.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Is that how?
Very
It
good
kind
one.
of seems like a bunch of bullshit.
That's how it went.
No, so accurate. So accurate. The best art. Yeah.
So accurate. I don't know. So that was John. I think, but Sassy has what really the fight looked like, which is more or less that. That's actually how the fight went. Not gonna lie. Hey man, it just is what it is. You're the one who smoke pelleted the room.
This is, I think, my favorite art of all of the art that's ever come through for Moonskull ever.
White bullshit. It's really good. I was dying. I was like, dude, that is the most literal depiction of anything. I was like, how are we doing? And then there was more art about the aftermath of the last little thing. I think this is highly accurate. There we go.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Hold on.
And we're looking
I
at
am
this
the
from
coolest
Vane's
looking member of the
perspective.
party. Come on.
It is.
I mean,
It is.
look at that.
At least Railvane's not in the picture, so I'll give
No,
it
it's
that,
from
right?
my perspective as I'm just watching this happen.
Yeah, somebody had to take the picture, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Let
My
me-
good side.
Exactly. Yeah. You're looking good. You're looking good. Holding the
Holding your
the
inside
creature
chin.
down. The creature down.
Most handsome of species that creature was.
This is something, all right.
Very, very masculine.
It is something, all right. And let's talk about there was another piece that Sassy sent in, and I don't remember the reference of this, but it has to do with you guys, I think, sitting down in the pampered princess. Am I getting that right? Did I ever forget?
Pampered princess, right?
Yeah.
The Rumple Princess?
The Rumple
Or the,
Princess.
Rumple princess. There we
Rumple
go.
Princess. Was
The
like,
Pampered Princess sounds like a nail salon. I don't think that's where we're at.
yeah, that's the pampered
Oh, well,
princess.
it might be where Vane
Dude,
goes.
look at the rack
be
on this
quite
girl on the back,
honest.
though. My goodness. That is quality art.
AI is improving. It's got to stop
Wow.
watching.
Wow.
X.
She
Ash
drinks
definitely not
her
looking
milk.
in that direction.
No, true statement. Just everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Look at the size
Maybe
of that
humanity
sword."
does deserve a chance.
This is also Railvane's viewpoint, right? This is also Railvane's viewpoint. Looking at me.
I don't even know.
I'm
where you'd
looking
be.
past you at the
Yeah.
at the most obvious part of this picture.
Sassy did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I think back to John. This is the
I'm
interpretation.
adding
You added
Older for later. Sorry.
This is the interpretation of Axiom's decision on Silver Flame or not the Silver Flame. I think.
Yeah.
This was my favorite one. This was my favorite one by far.
So I to murder bot or not to murder bot. Oh man!
Is the Lord of Blades right? Has he
Right.
been all along?
I mean, it's not really doing anything. And the piece that I actually really, really liked, and I'm not gonna lie, like I hate it less than I thought of the idea. And I was like, Okay, this is actually pretty clever. I think I could do an entire thing if the minis look like this. That's the crew is Muppets.
Yes. The Muppet Crew.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm not totally against that.
I do not have Muppet cancer.
All right. All right, let me close these down so the viewers don't have to
Even
look
in
at the...
Muppet form, Axiom isn't fuzzy.
Yeah, right. He's got like no felt.
I'm fuzzy enough on the top of my head. It's fine.
Everyone else is felted and mogged except for Axiom. And Axiom is mogging everyone else, I guess.
That's because I ain't no punk.
That's right. He's no punk bitch. He's an
You bunch of-
adamantium bitch.
You bunch of puppet bastards.
All righty then. Now that we've gotten the formalities out of the way and lost half the audience.
So good.
Also, I'd like to say again, welcome to all the viewers. There's a good handful of you in here. If you're new or you kind of stay quiet, just say hi. Feel free to say hi. No one's going to stalk you. Knock on wood. I can't promise that. Don't take that as legal advice. However, it is always good to see fresh people and fresh faces and hear from folks. All right. And with that, when last we left, you were sitting in your small dive bar, and the Rumple Princess and the House Orion Courier had brought you the small owl statuette that, when touched by the courier and they had backed off, the owl opened up and it bore a message that was from your good friend Lady Eladrin de Cannith, asking to meet her at the Broken Anvil tonight.
How long until tonight?
Plot appropriate.
Narratively long.
Narratively long until night.
Excellent.
So there's time to get drunk.
There's time to
Do
get
we
drunk.
have-
Training montage.
Does anybody have anything they need to do before this evening's festivities or activities, whatever they're going to be? What has happened with the good professor?
Well, you know that, right? You were there for
Her
that.
body.
Yeah, she's dead, but what has happened with the body?
You guys you ensured that she had been interred properly and according to
Gotcha.
her wishes. Yeah.
Just making sure I remember.
Yep.
All right. Do we
We'll play around with the forge and work on things, but other than that, Kasimir is totally fine with sitting here and just sipping drinks for hours.
do we need to? Do you think we need to speak with anyone at the university about her demise? We were her companions of a sort. Perhaps they would allow us to see maybe inside of her office.
You can just
already
Oh,
saw
weird. That's
inside
not a
of
good
her.
pause. That's not a good pause.
and necrophilia enters the game, but
That is
well,
not
No,
a
we
good
all
pause.
saw inside her
Yes.
last time because she was
Yeah.
open up.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
you mean her room? Is this what you're talking about?
Her
family
office.
room?
yeah, let's
Yes,
go to her
yes,
office.
yes.
All right.
Fine. Slime the drink.
You do not need to join us if you prefer to stay here, Kasimir. Though
I love drinking, but I love reading more. Ish.
I think she did have some liquors and such in her office.
Say no more.
Last
has
time
no
you saw
need
our
of it.
office, it looked like a hurricane had struck it.
True.
If she's a real academic, she'll have a bottle of something hidden in that bottom drawer.
Yeah, of course.
Axiom, do you care to join?
I will join. Flesh
Are you
bags always
okay?
tend to ravage the belongings of the dead after battle.
Ooh, that's hurtful.
Are you okay?
I am okay. Thanks to Ash and his words. I have realized it was a crisis of faith, my first. But faith is about believing, so I will continue my path as a silver flame for now.
Excellent. I had faith in your faith.
I have faith in his ability to punch things really well. Unfortunately, I'm not yet sure where that punch is going to land anymore.
Hey, doesn't really
Ash's
matter.
words brought me back. Vane's words make me question decisions.
Oh,
That is my
Oh,
yes, that is me. I do allow people to question things.
it's his lot in life.
Oh, yeah.
Kasimir just says, and I am beneath his contempt. Just
Cass is
look up
just
at
my
him.
friend.
Fair enough. So you four want to go to Moorgrave University and try and make an attempt to convince them to let you rummage through her office. Is my understanding?
Yes,
Okay. All right.
we
Outstanding.
found a lot of interesting things, and perhaps she still has some stuff in her office that could shed a light on some of those things.
All right, sure enough. Off to Moorgrave that we go. And it's, well, it's narratively appropriate timing. So we'll say it's, late morning, maybe. And you're making your way through Moorgrave. You've been here a dozen times, taking the sky lift, taking the sky coach, over landing. Moorgrave takes up this massive area within the city itself. And its tower platform that it rests on. And there is an increased presence of House Denaith guards all about the campus now, as well as an increased presence of just Sharn Watch in general. But again, the four of you have navigated this easily enough multiple times before. You know exactly where the antiquities area is and where her office used to be.
Is this increased presence due to the recent attack on the university, or has it increased since the loss of the professor?
Well, without asking, you can only have assumptions that they potentially are a little nervous. But yeah, that's just, gut instinct. But if you want to have that conversation, then yes, you could always feel free to schmooze your way through truths.
Particularly, it was just like whether or not we
Okay.
noticed the increase after the.
It was
initial
definitely
attack
after.
on our office,
Definitely
or-
after. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely after.
Okay.
And because this is how many Moorgrave scholars have been murdered now?
Too many.
Not
That's right.
enough.
It's 3 so far in this campaign.
Yep.
And you all have had something to do with it. That's really interesting.
We've had nothing to do with it. We've just unfortunately not been able to stop any of them.
Oh, all right. Make
We've
your way
avenged
through.
them.
You have. Well, yes,
Mostly.
you have mostly. Mostly. As you were meandering through the Moorgrave campus, through the tower area, and trying to make your way to her hall, you realize there are the attendees, some students, faculty that are milling about and moving between classes. There are groups of them that begin to stare at the four of you. And as you kind of continue that path, you realize that not only are they staring at you, but they're whispering to themselves and pointing in your direction. And as you push a little further, that's when the House Denaith guards also begin to cast glances in your direction, going so far as to watching you, looking to another one of the guards, and then one of them leaves and will depart the scene. And that happens a couple of times. So what do the four of you want to do?
Is it possible to try to overhear what it was that they were whispering to each other?
It is. It's actually really easy, especially given you and your profession. Does anyone else want to try this who is not so inclined? Anyone not Vane or Ash has a sneaky
Hey.
shit. You're a sneaky person.
Yeah. Well, you're trying to determine whether or not they think we're up to something, but Cass is just like not used to being stared at most of the time because nobody pays attention to him. So he's like, "What gives?"
I just assume they're in awe of my awesomeness, so I just let them look.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. So Vane and Ash, are you trying to overhear or do you not care?
No, I want to over here.
All right, awesome. So it's really easy. No rolls required because you two are actually pretty good at the getting close to people and or just being present without being present. The overall tone is that those are the ones who are in the paper. And they're the ones who were last seen with the professor. And those are the ones, you remember, who were there when her brother died. It's things like that. And it's
all the worst stuff. Crap.
Yeah, and the stairs are getting longer, and there are people, sort of stopping what they're doing to watch as you four begin or continue your passage.
I don't know. Waiting until we're kind of in a
Sure.
moment where maybe we're
absolutely
separated from some of them.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it seems as though we are not welcome.
Well, screw them. What do you mean not welcome?
In some ways, I concur, except for the protectors of House Denise. If they get a stick up their bum about the situation, we are not getting into that office without getting murdered first and then placed inside of it. Even you, Axiom, I know you can't. Can you? Never mind. But you may escape if you jump out the window. But for the rest of us, we will surely perish before we step foot inside this office if they see fit to not allow our presence. Do we bother doing this anymore? It is not a lack of faith in our abilities. It is a certainty in the abilities of the House of Denise. There is a reason why they are the protectors of most places.
They cannot protect their own, so why should we fear them?
To be fair, the professor was not their own until she left their presence. And then she died.
An airship can get in, we've seen that.
This is true, but House Lyrander are sneaky bastards.
That's true.
You did.
It's also a giant city.
It is. Yeah. I think it would be. I'm going to be honest. I think it would be more suspicious if we were to just leave rather than continue on and attempt to discover what we can about what is going on. But I leave it to you.
We're not getting in there without a fight. What's the point?
Well, Vane, can't you go fly up through the window and get in that way?
Yes, he wants me to single-handedly go into the. I mean, of course, I could if I really wanted to, but are you actively trying?
Why don't you do it?
Murdered? Perhaps tonight, if we cannot get in.
You just said we can't get in without dying.
Of course, after the date, we cannot.
He admits it's a date.
I would very much like it to be one, to be very frank with you. I say we see what we see, and if we are told to leave, then we are told to leave.
And can I flip them off?
You can. I will be several paces away from you, and hopefully around the corner.
Diplomatic by not doing it now.
It's very true.
He's holding his fingers together very closely over his chest, like.
It is the stumpiest middle finger that would ever have been placed in their faces, to be sure.
So yeah, I guess we're approaching to see if we can get the access, regardless of the consequences.
All right. Outstanding. I will burn fear. And as you continue to approach, the presence of the Denave guard becomes thicker as you move towards sort of the inner sanctum of the area of the university where the faculty mostly gather, the area that where all the different various sub schools lie, especially with all the different professors. The presence is becoming heavier, and as you are turning a corner and heading into the area where the House Antiquities is, and preparing to make that entrance into the professor's area and into her office, hopefully, there are a couple of Denaith guards and a few more come into that scene, and they are talking to the guards and are pointing down towards the four of you. Ash, that is when you notice that off to your left, kind of in the throng of students and faculty, there is someone that is obviously not here at the university under the auspices of neither student nor educator, and there's just a dark ripple in the psychic energy coming off of that person, and they are watching the four of you. And that is when in front of you, Kaz, there is a tall, slender, yet very familiar half-elf girl who steps in front of you and says, "Hello, hi, everybody." And if you remember at all, you had dealt with her at least once before, but you recognize Kestavlin, the intrepid reporter for the Sharn Inquisitive, the one who actually had done the first story about the four of you and the airship. Yes. Well, hey, how are you guys doing? I haven't seen you in a while because you must have been really busy not here in the city, right?
Ms. Tavlin, a pleasure to see you again.
Cass is just nodding like, yes, not in the city.
It has been too long, of course. And I'll do like the traditional, try to kiss her hand kind of situation in greeting.
It's a slip like, so I'm so glad you four have decided to grant an interview with the Sharn Inquisitive. That is very, very nice of you. It's very awesome. And we should, if you don't mind, if you're ready, we should go ahead and make our way to the area that we were going to have the meeting in. Most certainly not the library, nor anywhere near this area. If you remember, I was going to meet you just a little further outside of the university. Shall we go?
How are the guards responding?
Take her arm.
The guards are watching you, and a few of them are beginning to move towards you, hand on hilt, shields in hand, on the left or right handed, depending on what they are. But yeah, they're beginning to make that approach. And for a few of them, you see anyone in House Denaith normally is at this level is going to have the dragon mark, and you certainly can see the dragon mark on the throats, across the faces, up the arms.
Sure. Of course, Miss Tavlin. We were only coming to try and find you.
Oh, that's just like you. So helpful.
What can I say? It is my upbringing, and these others tagged along as well.
Sure it is.
Shall we go?
Sure, we should. We should go right now.
Okay, as this is happening, I'm going to mind link. I'm going to mark a stress and mind link with Railvane and alert him. That person that you described that I saw that doesn't seem like they really fit in here. I'm going to let him know.
Okay.
As our most mobile member, in case we need to pursue them or just
As I take her arm, I'll try to pick out this person amongst the crowd, kind of surreptitiously.
For that, give me an instinct. Yes. Let's have you have the first roll of the game.
Excellent. I'll give you a whole bunch of things.
Let's have that. Let's have that fear high. Let's do this.
Just to do it, I want to use my house trained agent. I think works for this.
Easy enough.
I'm trying to spot people.
Sure. Yeah. Plus, also your history of trying to spot troublemakers on the rail and all that jazz. Super easy.
Yep.
Burn that hope.
Look at that fear generation.
Where's your god now?
He's back to full.
Okay. If you were scanning, you do see where that individual is, and it's that easy moment. However, it's when they look to you and make eye contact, and they have a cowl that's forward, but you manage to realize that underneath that cowl is the half-helmed plate that is ubiquitous to the Emerald Claw. And that figure takes a step forward and puts a hand up and waves at you and then points.
As they do that, I will do the heroic thing and put myself between this person's hand and Miss Tavern. And make it very obvious, like a gesture of like moving her, getting in the way to turn my back to this individual, and I think I want to call it out specifically, like, watch out!
Watch out! What? No, it's just going for an interview.
And seeing if any of the guard react to what I've just done, or if this person's made themselves too noticeable.
There is a pause in the stride of the House Denaith guards, and that's as you realize that while the ones that were coming towards you have stopped, and they're looking around, there are more House Denaith guards stepping forward from different corners and crevices within the boundaries of the university's buildings and the towers itself. And the person that you originally saw, Ash, is no longer there.
If nothing magical blasts me in the back.
Like, no.
Something will blast you in the back.
Apologies, Miss Tavern. There was a crack you almost in the floor. You almost tripped over it. I could not have allowed you to do such a thing in my presence.
Right. Okay, we should keep going.
Of course.
Eventually, she leads you guys to a point where you're now going to leave the premises of Moorgrave University. Clearly stepping outside that boundary. The Sharn Watch is got small pockets that are near the university itself. They don't seem to be watching you too closely. However, when she gets you to a point that's just outside the university's compound, she spins and looks directly at you, Vane, and then casts a glance at each one of you. She's, are you guys out of your damn minds? What in the name of the Dark Six do you think you're doing here? Don't you read anything that I put out or anyone else puts out?
We've come to loot the belongings of the dead.
No.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. You're suspects in the murder of a Moorgrave professor. Oh, I'm sorry. No, wait. 3 Moorgrave professors.
Miss Tavern.
Sure.
Kes, if I may.
Here's the part where you tell me that even though you were present for all their murders or their deaths, that you have nothing to do with it. But do go on.
No. This is the part where I ask if this conversation is on the record.
How bad do you want this not to be on the record?
How bad do you wish to have a on the record interview after such a discussion?
It depends. What would be the topic?
The topic would be, and I would
I know you've been to the lower city. more than once.
Oh,
I want to know what you're doing there.
you want to know what I or what we were doing down
The
in
four
lower?
of you were down in the lower city. In fact, I have it on good authority that you went through the cogs and below the cogs. I want to know that.
I am happy to tell you all about what happened down in the beneath the cogs.
Fine. Off the record, what do you
Off the
want to know?
Off the record, what do you know about any of this beyond our involvement?
Well, I know that the Emerald Claw attempted to break into Morgrave University, and the four of you were there. You remember I wrote about that. I know you saw that because it was in the professor's office when she showed you. And then I
And
know
one of them just tried to kill you just now, too.
that there was okay, sure. The Emerald Claw is the Emerald Claw in the room with us right now?
They're everywhere.
Oh,
I look
okay.
around.
Okay. I was kidding. That was a joke. I don't think there's it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And then, if you remember, there was a matter of a professor being thrown from one of the skywalks, and you all just happened to be there. And if I remember correctly, you caused quite a havoc through the marketplace and the little stalls that were there and through some of the skyways. And then a well-known in those circles professor is returned in a gruesome manner. And again, your names were present because you were also present. In fact, one of you just had to make sure that her and her brother were going to be placed together or in some other oddity of burial. I don't know why you would do this, but that's off the record.
So speaking off the record, and I'll describe that creature that nearly killed me. And what have you heard or know anything about this?
Hmm. Tell me what it looked like. Was it big?
Well,
was it tall like Axiom, or was it shorter like Kaz?
I think it was somewhere in between. As I remember, it was kind of hunched. It had like a feral animal-like appearance, but there was also a humanoid quality. But it had these like horribly sharp claws and I think it bit me, like almost severing an artery. Only by my superior conditioning as a Kalish star was I able to resist it. Surely any human like Railvane would be dead now.
Your superior ability to call an Axiom for help? Yes, you're very good at calling out for help.
Does Kasimir know what the name of those things are?
I don't know how much you would have had dealt with them. I don't think any of the four of you really would have ever seen one of those creatures.
Okay, he's just going to produce the one because he kept that one. I have it on his gear. He kept one of the pentagram rod because he had pulled that thing back out, and he's just got that pentagram rod just to show. It's like it had one of these. This is what was powering it or activating it or controlling it.
Wait, is Ash talking about the wolf-like creature that?
I thought he was talking about the dog things.
The professor.
He's talking about those creatures. Yeah. I'm talking about the things way down in the vaults. Never mind.
Oh, she sees that rod and like, where is that? Is that adamantium?
That is part of the on the record conversation we have after this.
It's mithril. So he's just like smelling it.
So you were deep beneath Sharn.
You will know. You will get the full story.
Fine.
After.
Fine. Yes.
Patience is your profession.
I do know what that creature probably was. And if it is that, you have made really powerful enemies. Tell me, how true is it that House Dask has a bounty out on all of you, because that's what I've also heard. That
Just
you
look
have,
around.
That might be a very good question from us to you.
well, the four of you do remember Dask, correct?
Of course.
Yeah.
So, Dask, well, whatever you've been up to, you pissed them off enough to where they involved your professor. That was a Barghest. You know, a goblin that can turn into this crazy creature thing.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
I will actually say
Yes.
that out loud.
And also, they're not really common here in Sharn. They probably have some in the cogs where you were at. But to get a Barghest, that means they reached out back home to Drome. Good job.
Sure, that has nothing to do
The
with
four
what
of you are
we were
really
doing now.
skyrocketing right now. You're really shooting up the ranks of fame, aren't you?
Not in the way I would prefer.
Infamy, fame.
They use the same letters.
So now, what were you doing beneath Sharn?
I was establishing trade relations between us and the denizens of the cogs.
Tell me what you're doing beneath Sharn, or I swear
I
by
swear,
Oladra that the
I
next
swear-
story will not be so kind to
I
you
swear
or
by
your
the
manhood.
seven. I swear by the seven. I established a trade relationship between myself, who would provide fruit to the goblins of that live within the cogs.
Axiom, what were you doing beneath the city?
Following them, killing things,
Oh,
asking
that's
the
a
dead
really-
professor questions.
that's
a dangerous place.
What? Wait, did you say asking the dead professor questions?
Yes.
No.
I'm pretty sure you.
This is why I drink.
I'm gonna start drinking.
So, which professor? What have you gotten yourselves into?
I don't know.
If we knew that, we probably wouldn't have got into it.
To be fair, we have not gotten ourselves into anything other than getting ourselves into things that we've been asked to do, namely
Yes.
for the poor professor that has just been lost.
Interesting. And
We are
you know,
not the bad guys here.
she has a scribe pad that she has it's essentially like her notebook opened up, and she's got pages of vellum in it, and she's like, well, that's really interesting. Snaps her finger and the page flips over, and so you're doing things to work with the professor and committing trade and all apparently questioning the dead. Well, that's weird because I have it here. And she turns the little notebook towards you. Well, that's weird. You met with a member of House Decanith.
Of course.
Oh,
That
you
is
doing
all on the. That's all on
trade
the up
business
and
with
up.
House Decanith?
If it does not, House de Orion have a regular trade relationship with House Kenneth?
Yes, the houses are well known to cooperate with one another when it's convenient to.
When it is
create
convenient between both
solutions for
houses.
problems
Of
that
course.
you've created.
Not problems that we have created. It is a new and burgeoning relationship between ourselves and a particular member of House Kenneth, and she wished to establish that we could provide adequate service, and so we established a trade relationship between myself and the goblins of the cogs, and we had to defend ourselves, as Axiom said, from the dangers beneath such.
So, why would you? Why does House Kenneth doesn't have any need of anything the goblins would have in the cogs?
Oh, it's not between Kenneth and the goblins. It was just myself and the goblins. Kenneth has their own desires and wishes for all. You know how Kenneth is.
No, I actually don't know how Kenneth is. Why don't you explain how Kenneth is? Ash, what are you shifting into?
Something like less recognizable, like probably like a little shorter, darker hair, maybe like a beard, you know, like a scrap, like a workman, you know. I've got some like kind of clothes, like, you know, like some dirty kind of clothes, like, you know, like I'm kind of a nondescript workman.
Sure. As you're doing that, and Kess reaches down and grabs your wrist. Stop that. It draws attention when you do that out here. Just be normal.
I just was worried about this bounty thing.
Yeah, you should be. You should be. Oh, yeah, you should be. So, so you've completed your affairs with House Kenneth then?
On the record, no, we have not completed our affairs with House Kenneth. We have established the relationship with House Kenneth that we wish to establish.
Well, that's interesting because a little bird told me that you'll be meeting with House Kenneth again.
Where do you keep finding all of these birds? I have not seen this many creatures in especially Upper Sharn, and I don't know how long.
A good reporter, and she boops you on the nose, never gives away her secrets.
Dead tell.
And so it is true. You are having a meeting with House Kenneth this afternoon. Intriguing. What are you going to be doing next?
No, we are not having. I can definitively say we are not having a meeting with House Kenneth this afternoon.
I don't believe you. Kaz?
Just looking at you. Wanted, yes. I have no idea how much we're wanted for.
It's a lot. It's a tempting amount of coin. I would say the least. I would advise you to potentially avoid the lower city and for a minute.
He's like, oh, that's where I hang out.
So, on the record, you want me to write about a trade relationship started between a refugee from Siri who represents House Orion and also maybe House Kenneth going into the cogs to have a trade relationship established with whatever refuse and detritus that would be found in the goblin area of the cogs, because they don't actually make anything or do anything useful down there. And that's what I'm going to write about. That is a brilliant story. That should really just net the reader's interests.
It sounds boring.
That would be
correct, Axiom.
Yeah, and to be fair, I never said that I am acting as a representative of the house when establishing this relationship between myself, and
now that's a better story to write about, because a house agent goes rogue.
Goes rogue? If you want to spin such a yarn, I cannot stop you from doing so. How many pages back?
If you're not working for your house, then you're working for yourself. And are you not an agent of your house?
As an agent of a house, it is well within my rights and ability as well to do things as an individual.
Interesting. So what do the goblins want?
Fruit.
Fruit?
Yes. Have you been beneath the cogs before?
Of course.
Darling?
Of
course. Have you seen how they eat and how they live down there?
Sure. I wasn't aware of the nature of goblins being much into fruit consumption. In fact, there is a term that I just saw. Here it is. Dubious.
Dubious. Okay. You can believe me or not, but it is. I will be honest. I would very much prefer you to let the world know that is a dubious proposition, so that I can reap the rewards all for myself.
You know, I think we have a whole different spin. I think we do a lifestyle piece. We do a house agent. He's just like
Nope.
you. He's just like a common person. We do some shopping. He goes shopping
Mhm.
at the store. He's
Yes,
got you know,
brilliant.
yeah. I mean, it will be this personal interest viewpoint.
You could write about corruption within the university and the four
Oh.
friends who seek to avenge their fallen
No,
comrade.
no, no.
Well,
He's been hit on the head a little. You've got to like adjust some of the screws back there.
well, that's okay. I guess I'll just have to do some digging on my own to figure out what was really going on in the cogs. And you know what? Oh man, if only I knew someone who was interested in talking to me about you. Huh. I don't know if I can find that. Oh well, have fun at your not meeting. And she turns and begins to saunter off.
Is it a good saunter?
Oh yeah, it's a good saunter. She's a stacked half elf. There you go.
Vane, what happened to you like wooing her and bringing her under your charms? I was waiting. I was going to do it, but I thought, oh no, Vane's got this. And
Have you not
Saving
heard
it all
me,
for tonight.
have you not heard me speak on my feelings about Lyrander half elves?
You have a lot of feelings.
I have a lot of feelings.
Is it
Do not
houseism?
trust that one.
It is, of course, houseism.
You don't say Axiom.
If she is a reporter with as much reach and sway as she thinks she has, then she will discover things here and there. She may even, for her own benefit, clear our names.
Or
in
turn
one
us
way
in
or
for the
another.
bounty.
Or turn us in for the bounty. Perhaps that is the case. And if so, I can only hope that Axiom, you do not hold it against us for your untimely death.
I think she's got higher ambitions than just
I will
a
be
mere bounty.
repurposed, not killed.
Exactly. Yeah, perhaps that's the case. To that end, gentlemen, this standing in the middle of of everything, with an apparent bounty on our head, it is good to know that is there, and I want to get undercover as quickly as possible.
They
Perhaps
want to come and
those
claim it.
drinks are in order, Kasimir.
What now, gentlemen?
This was a very dumb thing for me to have suggested. I apologize, friend.
I mean, you got some good
So-
info out of it.
I think you sneaking in was the better plan.
Do you want to
Perhaps
follow
What I
her?
said? Well, what I said originally, yeah, I agree.
Do you want to follow her or just go drink until it's time to go meet the other woman? We have a lot of women talking to
You have
us.
a lot of women in your lives.
Maybe
It's
we should go back
pretty
to that broken
amazing.
anvil. Maybe to go to the broken anvil and wait for
Just
that.
set
contract.
ourselves up. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I am. I'm not. I do not want to follow this woman and appear to be threatening her. She seems to be very observant, at least to a degree.
Yeah.
Perhaps we will meet with her again.
Okay. I'm sure we will.
Sure you will.
We seem
what's
to be
the-
meeting every other person.
That's true. You guys are
Well,
becoming infamous.
It's pretty
Sounds
awesome.
like we're going to the broken anvil then instead of back
The
to
broken
the
anvil?
office.
Wow.
Since the broken anvil is in a nicer part of town, and it's
It
less
is.
likely that we're going to get waylaid by, I don't know, bar guests. Probably a good thing.
We spend the day until this evening when we have our meeting. I did not lie to her.
I don't care. It's between you, her, and Dask. Outstanding. You guys are gonna pass. You pass the time. Your clock ticks down. And it comes around that time. You guys said you wanted to, you wanted to get to the broken anvil a little early. Is that still true, or?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'd say we go with the broken anvil, get ourselves something to eat, and just get ourselves in there. We can watch people go in and out.
Yep, easy
We'll
enough.
just play the game. Who's part of the Emerald Claw? That
Right?
guy?
Oh my god!
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's trying to murder us? At least Dask stands out for the most part.
I will enter after these guys. I'll let them go in ahead because now I've got my little my other appearance. I'm gonna like let them go in, before me, so I'm not with them exactly.
Sure, easy enough. Oh my god! All right, but are you still gonna sit with them?
I'll sit near them. I'm not gonna sit with them.
Okay.
Like at the next table, where I can like hear what they're saying, kind of those two people talking next to each other, but they're not like together, kind of a thing.
Yeah. Maybe just slightly eavesdropping over them. Easy enough. The meal comes, you're having your drinks, and the inn isn't it fluctuates. They're busy time. They have a peak, and then it starts to ebb out a little bit. I think it's a little bit busier again. The time to meet your contact, Lady Eladrin, comes and goes, and about one bell past that appointed time, the halfling proprietor approaches your table for the three of you, and she starts wiping some of the beer foam or whatever else is on the table. She's wiping that down, and she leans in closest to you, Kaz, and she says, "She's not coming. She said she needs to meet you at a Civis message station, 34-2 in the lower city, in Tavik's Landing."
Thank you. Slide a coin her way.
Gracious.
Relay that to the group. So we have a different place to go.
Is it a trap? Smells like a trap.
I really hope Ash is watching for us to leave so that he knows when we've departed.
Where'd he get off to?
We could throw something at him. Wait, if only we knew where he was.
That's right.
Well, we'll just make a big stink of time to go.
Yes, we must go. Nothing to see here.
Act a little drunk if you can.
Sure, you guys have been here long enough too, where it's it's not like it's a conspicuous suddenly getting up and leaving thing.
Yep. Make a little coin henge, little coin henge of coins for the tip, and then leave.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Make your way down to Tavik's Landing from where you are. Pretty simple affair. It's again, you're taking the lifts. You'll take a few lifts. It's going to be about 10-15 minutes walk to get there. It's not too far. It's Sky Coach friendly, but the night is what it is, and you guys can wind your way through and presumptively figure out what you've been told for a few things. Coming to Tavik's Landing, some twists and turns, and Tavik's Landing is the first place that the four of you actually saw of Sharn. That is where almost all the refugees processed into Sharn. That's where a lot of newcomers and visitors always come, is Tavik's Landing. It's like Liberty Island essentially. Sure. And going to where the Civis messaging center is, it's slightly out of the way. Tavik's Landing can be rough and dangerous, but it's the four of you, and you do know your way around. Ash has a relatively easy time navigating around this area.
He would.
And getting to where you need to go, as you are moving into it, the most noticeable thing about the message station is there are no customers and there are no lights. And the door is slightly open.
I hope they're not dead.
I really hope they're not dead.
Okay. Crack our knuckles.
We're just going into a message station. What is the hoopla about that? Everybody goes to message stations from Civis, right?
That's right. It's like walking into a Western Union. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. It's a
No
check
different.
cashing place after hours in a bad
Awesome.
neighborhood. What could go wrong?
Exactly.
alone from them.
No big deal. You're going to the
Oh,
Western Union of Walmart. What?
Speaking of this, I've got
Yeah.
I've got we got some money a while ago, and I'm gonna give. So I've got that one bag of ancient coins I'm gonna keep, but I'm gonna give my regular bag of coins to Railvane since I know he didn't get any money and he needs to keep up his appearances.
I really need to keep up my appearances. I got a mouths to feed.
Okay.
All right, so one bag of coins to you.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. Easy enough. Who is entering the message station first?
I have no problem doing it unless somebody else really wants to.
Yeah, because we're not exactly approaching stealthily. We're just walking up.
Yeah, just walking in. Yeah, easy enough. Vane, as you push the door open, there's the lights are they're partially on. They're a little dim in here. The place is a disaster. There are notes and vellum thrown everywhere. The chairs have been shattered. The little desk that you're used to is just covered in debris. There is blood soaked across most of the flat surfaces in here, up the wall, and behind the counter, down below it, Vane, you immediately hear
Behind the counter.
Yep.
Swearing, cursing the fucking six. I'll just, like, as I'm walking in, I just immediately bolt in and try to hop over that counter.
All right, you do the.
I don't even say anything to my. Yeah, I do the cool hip slide. It looks super dope doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Nice.
duck down behind it to see what's going on. I didn't even say anything to my companions, just immediately rushed.
Easy enough. The three of you see Vane go in sort of cautiously and then shoot across the room and slide across that counter in that tactical slide. What are the three of you doing? Before I come back to you, Vane.
Are we still outside? We haven't gone in yet?
Yeah, I'm giving you. Yeah, you guys were moving. Vane was moving in, and then he took off. So, are you guys continuing to, follow in?
I'll follow in.
Yeah, Kasimir is stopping when he hears the commotion of him moving, and he's immediately just going to be like, he's looking up at the roof and looking around like, there could be things anywhere, and
Follow
backing
in and
into
draw
the
my
building.
sword.
All right,
Backing into the building with them, with his back to our friends.
Okay, and not Ash. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna I'll come in like Kasimir, like with my looking out towards what's outside of more than inside.
Okay, so we'll do this in an interesting order. So as you come in, Axiom, as you step in, blade out, this is, and immediately, you're a professional, there is a shit show happened in this place. There are the remains of Warforged in here scattered around, but the Warforged would only be about, I don't know, 2 feet tall, maybe yay big. But they're not a mystery. You've seen Warforged. They're scout devices.
Yeah.
And they're very small, very fast. And you're trying to figure out how many there might be, and it's maybe half a dozen, could be more. Their pieces are everywhere in here. There's scorch marks. There's acid marks eating away at some of them. The walls have taken damage. One of the walls is blown out near one of them. This is a massive site of battle. With Ash, as you are coming in and you're looking out towards the end of it, there's a brief instance where you're very, very certain that there is someone watching you. You can feel a presence just down the cut that stares directly into this place. There's nothing heavy about it. There's no energy giving off by it, but there's just a feeling you have in your gut that there is something watching you. Vane, as you come across the desk, you slide and land. You land and almost lose your balance. There is blood everywhere. There's a lot of blood. Off to your left is Eladrin, and she has a wand in her hand. She's holding her intestines inside of her body. There are scorch marks all around her. There are holes in the brick in the wall. The sending stone that the gnomes use has been completely shattered. There are these small warforged corpses that are all around her, again, about 2 feet tall. A handful of those. She looks up at you. There's blood in her mouth. It's starting to froth a little bit. And Kaz, as you walk in, you told me you scanned the ceiling. Stuck to the ceiling, completely impaled by a long spear, is a young gnome in the dress of House Civis, and the dragon mark just across the neck and down the arm. It hangs there as the body hangs lifeless, completely impaled into that ceiling above you, about a good 10 feet and it's a stone ceiling. Lady Eladrin looks at you. You made it. Très, très mal. My frère. I need you to take this. She flicks her wand, and a pocket opens up in thin air and drops a sack, like a rucksack. Inside is everything you need to know. You must leave Shard now. You must get out while there's still time.
I'll, as she's saying and doing this, I'm like fumbling in my pockets. I pull out a healing potion.
Save it. I can make my way to the Enclave. I will be fine.
Axiom!
Leave. You are being watched.
We just learned that ourselves.
It's the Animal Claw. They have rallied against you as well.
We do have a surprising number of enemies, yes. Axiom!
I make my way over to look behind the desk.
There is Lady Eladrin. You know, there's a clear... So from the warrior's perspective, it's not a random scattering. These things came at her, and there is a clear circle around her where they met with an impenetrable something that stopped them in their tracks and destroyed them.
You are a great warrior. Do you wish to be healed?
The Enclave can heal me, and I am not a warrior. But, très bon, merci. I am a sorceress.
I'll take that satchel,
Potato,
obviously.
Potato, they say.
You're a great magical warrior.
You killed many people. You're a warrior.
This is true.
Go. Lady, do you have any way of getting out of this that we can get out of the city other than public transport?
For me or for you?
You told us to leave. So for me. And
everything is in the sack. Listen to what I'm saying. Take the bag.
I hear you.
Run. And with that, she pulls from her left hand. She has a small disc, and she slams it on the ground, and there is a flash of light, and she is gone.
Motherfucker.
We must go now.
As we head out, just grab his arm. Not bad for a third date.
I will.
Is there another way out than the way we came in? I don't want to be seen
like
as the ones coming in and then everyone's dead when we walk out.
There sure can be a way out, yeah. Looking around Axiom, whatever the hell she had gotten up to in here with that wand of hers has weakened the back wall.
I will make an exit.
Easy enough. You just
this
do
way.
That. Oh, you Axiom, you press out and just push forward, and shit begins to crumble, and there's a small opening it opens up into a small, it looks like a small bakery or like a bread shop maybe. It's late enough that no one is in here. However, you can hear upstairs, what the hell was that?
Keep going.
And looking off to the wall, you see there's the sigil of House Galandra on the damn wall. So now this is another house place of business. There is a door leading out of here for the four of you.
As I'm running after Axiom, I'm going to stuff my left hand like under my shirt to cover up that dragon mark.
Easy enough. Where are the four of you heading? Tavik's Landing does have an exit from Sharn to get out of the city, but there's sky coaches, there's lifts, where are you running to? Like, I guess where are you heading immediately?
Axiom does not know. I ran out of building. I don't know beyond that.
Now, I don't know this part of town, so is
Could
there
I
a
have
building nearby that we could
some
duck
kind of a
into?
safe house in the area?
You can have a safe house in the area, and I'm going to burn fear to motivate you. As you four bust out of the House Galandra bakery, there are shouts from back where you came from, and you hear them clearly in that heavy Karnathi accent. No, find them, destroy them, bring me the key. And there is just a ruckus, and there is a movement behind you. And coming out of that door, you see a couple of Emerald Claw soldiers push forward and level crossbows, and they begin firing on you.
Oh, man. Now I want to turn around.
Ash, you know where you're heading, correct?
Yes.
Outstanding. Let's do this. How about all of you give me a reaction roll, your choice, and just I need you to narrate how you are using that reaction to facilitate the movement of the group to this safe house.
All right. I'm going to use instinct because I'm going to like kind of this is like basically like just guiding us, kind of like not like my thinking brain, but kind of just taking over like my autonomic, like what do you call that, like almost going to the animalistic instincts, right? If we just got to have cover and hide, and so I'm just going to try to shepherd them as best I can that way.
I'll use agility so I'm not crashing through everything, leaving a huge trail for our enemies to follow us. So I'm being as agile and cat-like as possible.
And can I use out of the frying pan as one of my experiences, Burn a Hope?
I think that's appropriate for this, yes.
Okay, great.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Remember, these are reaction rolls, so make sure you click that so you don't generate fear.
I did click. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
What about Vane
But not
and Kaz?
Kaz is using his knowledge and recall of basically how they build these streets, just understanding how the streets work, just being like, okay, every fourth building has to have some kind of a support to hold the thing above it, so we have to go there. We're going to have to go under a thing, and just trying to get between all the cover we can between us and the people chasing us to do it. So just saying, no, take a right, take a left.
Okay.
I think for me, I'd want to actually fall behind my companions a little bit, so I'm the one that's being watched most closely by these guys that are following us, and then use agility in my case to like start to go the wrong way and then zip around a corner and fly over a building to reconnect with my people to try to draw them off from us every once in a while.
All right. You guys have done well so far. All with hope. Nice. Go ahead and roll that.
Reaction. I won't bother with any of those. I'm going to
And of
trash
course,
it
you
up.
ruin.
Yeah.
You ruin it.
All right.
Yeah, buddy.
That's okay. So, Vane, mark a stress just because of the failed roll and because of your narrative description. You had a couple of issues maneuvering through this. Wherever the hell Ash is taking you, it is not normal. It twists, it turns, it goes down. You go down to go up. Sometimes you have to go left to go right. And it's becoming a little disorienting for you, Vane. However, Ash, you do make it. What does your safe house look like for your BFFs?
It's like it's kind of like a nondescript storefront, like they sell like almost like not not like upscale antiques, but kind of like, just kind of like a junk store basically, right? And there's like a guy, an older kind of half senile guy, or at least he pretends to be half senile, who kind of runs it. But in the back, I've got this password, like, have you got any broken wheelbarrow handles? And he's like, yeah, but the ditches have all been rained out, right? And I say, well, that's because it's May, right? And that's our code. And then he's like a secret entrance in the back, like we can go into like a room, right? Like
Nice.
actually, it's a trap door. It's a trap door. We go down into the basement. The trap door.
Oh, phenomenal. Outstanding. So now the four of you are comfortably inside of a, not confined, but a smaller space
Poor
that
Axiom.
Ash has led you to. Back to you, gentlemen.
Oh, where the hell did you get a place like this?
Well, a friend owed me a favor from a while back, but the rent's low.
It's nice.
Axiom. It's very nice. I like this.
I like it.
I see myself in this.
So what's in that bag, and how does this, pointing at the floor of the building room, how does this help us get out of the city? Or is this just a good place to hide while we're looking through the bag?
This is where we're gonna figure out how we're gonna get out of the city now that we don't have someone shooting us actively.
Okay, he's just going to start actively looking through bags and boxes, just kind of being nosy. Look,
Sure. And I'm going to show you
open up
the sack. Awesome. Yep. It has a center pocket, a right pocket, and a left pocket. The moment you start digging through it, Vane, this you recognize immediately as one of Kenneth's clever little inventions that they worked on with House Orion back a long time ago. And it is essentially a haversack, meaning it can contain a lot of nonsense. And what's in there, I think you
sack full of things, guys.
You all should have a journal entry now that says the haversack, I believe.
I do not see it.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Okay.
Would we need to restart?
No. Let me change it to owner and see if that helps. Still nothing. I love it. Anyway, I will tell you what is in this stupid thing. Cool. Because this is just easier. What is in here is there's a long coil of rope. There are some bedrolls. There are some water skins. And they're full. There's enough rations for all of you as well. Fresh rations from the other houses. In another pocket, there is a Everbright lantern. There's a healer's kit, and there are some torches as a just in case. In the left pocket, there are healing potions, and there are 4 bags of coin, and there's a chest of coin. There is a letter of credit for both House Orion and House Lyrander, which covers passage to Rukendral. Also in there is a small, looks like a wand or a rod maybe, that is carved in blue crystal. There's some kind of sapphire looking shard. It might be a dragon shard, but it could just be a normal gemstone. But it reads like a dragon shard for you, Vane, as well. And it's about 3 inches in length, so it's just kind of small. Almost, it's about the size of a key, like a skeleton key.
Dwarf's finger.
It's like a dwarven finger, yeah. And there is also a letter from Lady Eladrin.
He's hung like
you guys should have
finger.
You guys should have an entry now for the Great Schema arc.
Yeah.
Yes. And I will show
there's the haversack.
Yeah. I'll show the viewers at home what the little device looks like, the little key thing.
I'd hand that to Kasimir as soon as he stops looking in all the other random bits and bobs around this place.
That's way cooler than I pictured.
Way cooler
As
than
Kasimir
gold.
sees a stack of old Charn Inquisitive magazines, I'm like, those aren't mine. Those aren't mine.
This one looks, but this has got lots of dog ears. There are a lot of pages marked in this one. It just drops it. Ooh, a key.
Why do you keep bookmarking page 2, Ash?
That article looks interesting.
All right.
I would read this just out to the others as I'm going through it.
Do you want to go for it? Read it.
My friends, the object you recovered for me from the ruins beneath beneath Sharn is a schema, a piece of a pattern used to create items both mundane and magical. I have learned that another schema connected to this pattern is being studied in a secret Cannith workshop in Siri called White Hearth. Siri. Due to recent events, I cannot travel as broadly at this time and must remain secure in the house enclave of Cannith West. Parts of my own house seek this pattern for vile purposes, and I do not know whom to trust. I need you to travel to Dargoon, find the workshop, and to recover the second schema. The location of the workshop was a closely guarded secret, lost when the patriarch of House Kenneth died in the destruction of Siri. My only advice is to seek out a man named Rukandral, named Vane. He is a merchant who frequents the Kari Batuvk, the so-called blood market. The only clue to the location of White Hearth I could find is the Morning Rose Seals Quarry. I do not know what this means. A Ladrin de Cannith, and marked with her own mark. Holy crap. Why does Morning Rose sound familiar?
This could be a trap.
Poor Axiom.
I think like 90% of what we've done in the last while now has been traps. You are not wrong, my friend. Does anyone, and I look directly at Ash, does anyone here know this seedy merchant named Vane?
I kind of look away for a moment and say, the name does ring a bell.
Care to elaborate?
I do have a way. There is a regular covered cart that comes here to deliver and supplies for the junk shop upstairs and take it away. And I can, in my altered appearance, I can drive the cart. The rest of you unfortunately have to like lay under a burlap sack and it might be uncomfortable for everyone but Axiom, but you know, it can't. Well, maybe Kaz could. Well, yeah, actually, no, you all three all have to lay underneath there. But I'll make it as quick as I can. But I think we should try to get out of here and use this letter of credit to get to Rukandral.
Just raise his hand. Isn't Rukandral a goblin city?
It is in fact the capital city of Dargoon.
We should bring fruit.
We should bring fruit. Bring as much fruit as we can.
We're all going to die.
And indeed, when we get closer to Rukandral, I will change my appearance once again to appear much more like a small goblin with like a...
And for, let's see, for the viewers and for our folks, there is Sharn. And here is Rukandral. So, gents, you have at least free passage on one of two ways, or if you want to try something different, it's of course up to you. But the passages take time, regardless. I have you on the map, and you can see how far Sharn is from Rukendral. Your sea route would, of course, depart Sharn and go through the Straits of Shargon, all the way across to Torlock Bay and up into Kraken Bay, and then you would take the river up into the Gal River up into Rukendral. The rail overland route will only take you so far. Yeah, that's the orange, essentially the orange road looking thing.
Yep.
So that would take you to a certain point, and then you would have to get off at Margul Pass. Yeah, and then somehow, and then, get through from there.
That we very, very much should take the rail. It is the safest, most dependable way to get over there. And I know for certain that if we were to board any of the Lyrander ships and take to sea, Axiom will likely land without a foot, and Kasimir, you would not be able to drink the entire way. They're very snooty.
To take whichever way would be least conspicuous, as we are wanted men.
I feel like you're coloring this a little bit, but
it is possible I am coloring it, but it is also possible that I am telling the truth completely.
It's more likely that Railvane's going to have air sickness and be vomiting the entire time. So, as much as I prefer to take the airship, I think we should go by water just to accommodate his stomach.
No, it's either we take the rail, which is the right way to go, or we go by water, which is the wrong way to go.
I don't want to take the rail. No.
I just stop. I just come to a full stop and stare.
I like riding the rail. Elementals.
They're very fast. They are very accommodating. We have large cabin spaces aboard all the rails of House Orion. The food on board is of the highest quality. The liquor is of amazing amount. And we even have stations for Warforged to stand and wait. And you don't risk falling into the sea with all of the disgusting things that live beneath the waves.
And
I'm fine with riding a ship in the air.
It wouldn't be the airship. You don't have passage for that. You have passage for a Lyrander sea galleon,
which
has an elemental. Yeah.
Right, but the other one was the
airship.
Rail. That's right.
The lightning rail, the galleon, or you could try to contract a Lyrander airship if there's one available, which can be hit or miss. Yeah,
we'd be lightning rail then.
5 patches. We have free passage aboard the lightning rail, and this will get us a little better accommodation than everybody else. At least for me.
Axiom, what is your issue with the rail? Did you used to work on them, or?
Wow.
Vane just tends to lead us into trouble, and he's really keen on the rail.
Damn.
That's a good point.
Could it possibly happen every time, though?
I can guarantee that aboard the rail itself, our travels would be comfortable, fast, and they will get us exactly where we need to go, which is to Margul Pass. And from Margul Pass on, I make no guarantee.
The rest of you want the rail, we can do the rail.
Yeah,
but don't say I didn't warn you.
Also, Vane, you know that the last stop would be Stern Gate, and then from there, House Orion has land transportation, which is that road through Margul Pass down into Rukendral. So you'd be able to transfer from the rail system to another House Orion conveyance.
Exactly.
Is this map, Scott? Is this just like an out-of-game map? We don't actually have a copy of this map, do we?
I mean, for some of this stuff, you guys would know where it is. If the 4 of you aren't like normal midwits, you actually have some concept of geography. You know, like the Mournland is that field of white, and then you kind of know where some of the stuff is. But yeah, Yeah, and some of the stuff is going to be like the ruins are either rumored locations or they are, last known whereabouts kind of things. Especially in the Mournland, everything shifts. That's the problem.
Okay,
But
because
yeah,
I
I
was
wanted to
looking
show
at
you.
I was looking at
Yeah,
Whiteheart. I was like, wait, Whiteheart
yeah,
is marked on this map.
yeah.
Can we just?
I mean, how
It's,
hard
it's,
can it be to get there? It's
yeah,
just it's right
it's
there.
all
It's
it's all rumor and speculation.
Okay, thank you.
Plus, also, you guys also, well, you I think particular know that the Mournland is once you cross the thing the wall of mist in the Mournland, all bets are off. It's different. Everything shifts. There are a lot of terrible fucking rumors about the Mournland and the things that occur there.
As much as I don't like the idea of going to Rook and Draw, I'm even more concerned about going into the Mournland.
Well, yeah. And that's if the Mournland has not shifted and swallowed or given up territory. It's an ominous presence.
I understand potentially not even wanting to take this assignment from Lady Eladrin, but we've already been told a number of times in a number of different ways that we are no longer welcome in this city, at least for the time being. Miss Tarlin, the officers at Morgrave University that seem to be desiring a chat with us to one degree or another. Even a contract to kill us within the city from the House of Thrall. I don't have anything holding me here. Not with the professor's
travel
passing.
wherever. Doesn't matter. Besides, it's just a town. And
we could save money on the light rail if we put Axiom in cargo.
Yeah, they have places for him to stand. Yes,
I will be where the rest of you are. Nowhere else.
And also to your point, or to your question, Ash, ever so slightly, even out of metagame, Kaz, you've heard of Whitehearth. You worked for House Cannith. You worked in the Ciri. You've heard of Whitehearth and a few other places that are not supposed to exist. And so it's not out of pocket that you are well aware of what Whitehearth is and what it does, but where it is, it was in Ciri.
Mm-hmm.
But they kept it very, very, yeah. And and Kaz, all of House Cannith's enclaves like this, they are House Cannith only. No one without a dragon mark has ever stepped inside one of those places.
And there's no way that anyone is going to just stumble across it. So this is
definitely
we need to go talk to just delayed.
Yeah.
And beyond all of that reasoning to look into this, I want to go and find this second schema, if for both the professor's sake, as she was incredibly interested in this type of thing to begin with, and also to stick a knife or any other long sharpened thing into the face of that emerald claw piece of shit that always seems to find wherever we are going.
Just look, why haven't you dealt with him yet?
I tried. Hopefully his airship crashed somewhere outside of the city.
I was reading this ongoing periodical in the Sharn Inquisitive. When my friend was telling me about this, and there was a recurring nemesis, and I think this Emerald Claw is Railvane's recurring nemesis, so you can't really fully defeat him.
See, there's that other one though that's got that overarching the enemies to lovers trope that keeps coming up. So
there you go.
That is not what is happening between myself and Ash.
So what is it going to be, gentlemen?
I'm confused.
So I want to go up and get get the cart, and
okay, sure.
and load them up behind the back of the shop and put them under the burlap sack with the junk and whatnot, and apologize to Railvane for putting them next to the moldy other bags of stuff there, but you know, it's just how I kind of managed to fit there. And then I'll take them to the light rail station.
Do you
Okay.
know how expensive this shirt is?
You can watch it.
So we're doing the rail, right?
Yeah.
I think we're doing the rail.
The rail.
Okay.
All right. Wow. All right. The rail it is.
Even though Axiom thinks this is a mistake,
I was
gonna do
waiting
it.
for Scott to just say, "Oh, really? Oh,
No.
okay."
Your choices are
seems-
completely wide open.
Yeah,
The deep
but
ocean or the fast train? You tell
The
me.
three of us are in the back of this thing. We have no idea where we're going. So Ash just shows up at fucking Learander. Here we are.
Oh, take a wrong turn.
Yeah. So that is the question, Ash. Are you going to the lightning rail station or are you going somewhere else?
No, I'll go to the light rail station.
You could end the campaign right now and just go over to House of Denaith and turn him in.
Leave a rich man.
Walk away. All right. There's some navigation that needs to be done. You are stopped more than once, however, given the false compartments that are built into a smuggler's cart. It's fairly easy to evade. It's the Sharn Watch is stopping you. They have checkpoints all over the place. You've never seen it this bad before. At one of the points, you learn that there was a terror attack at a House Civis enclave, and that the suspects they're looking for have been pointed to the murder of a professor from Morgrave University and possibly more crimes. And on the side wall with the little posters of the checkpoint, there's the little Harry Potter animated photos of each one of you in various positions of like repose and doing your thing or standing there staring. And it has a 3D, it's that magical imaging that they use for House Thorani and House Fjarlin as well. However, you manage to make it to the lightning rail station, and you can pull yourself off to the side. However, you also know that there are quite a few Sharn Watch members that are here at the station, and they are conducting passenger checks.
I'm gonna go to the cargo baggage area, right, and try to pass this off as I'm unloading cargo into the wherever part of the train that goes into.
Okay. Let's do this. You make that approach and you're taking the wagon, I take it, correct? To where and so instead of the first class, you're kind of heading into that, the ass end of the train where cargo and livestock and whatever else is going to be pushed onto it.
Yeah, it's livestock. Exactly. It's the livestock.
Excellent. There's major bred animals being led onto this place. In here, it's really packed. It's very confusing. The Sharn Watch is trying to do their best, and they're just being overwhelmed with the sheer amount of nonsense that is happening. At some point, you are stopped, however, and one of the watchmen is, "Aye, Pipers, now come here. Leave the cart, Pipers. Where are you going? What are you loading?"
Yeah, so I'm going to use my psychic talent. So I can project a simple sensory impression, a faint sound, a static image, or a smell into the mind of a creature. So I'm going to give them the impression that I'm holding some a bill of lading for cargo that I'm taking into here.
Well done. That is phenomenal. He takes a moment, looks at it. Everything seems in order. Right. Hurry up. Get it all loaded. We haven't got time. Train leaves. Hurry. And he shoos you on your way.
Yes, massa.
All right. You got into the position where you can sort of deal with your three companions however you need to do. You can't get the whole wagon on the train, so however you want to move these three from wagon to the cargo cart is fairly up to you.
Yeah. Oh, I can make. I can. I'll do the illusion. Make an illusion. Temporary visual illusion no larger than you. Within close range. So kind of just like I'll make an illusion of like some kind of an animal, right? Some kind of a livestock creature, like that. I'm kind of using them to pass behind.
All right. Well, okay. Nice. That's easy enough. It's very chaotic, so that roll's going to be sufficient. You get them in, and the three of you are heads down. Ash is directing you, and as you step on that train, Vane, it's your worst possible nightmare. You are in the tail end of the shithole of the cart. It is crowded. It is smelly. You've got goblins riding here because they're not simply going to afford normal passage. You have some of the more impoverished folks. You have Syri refugees in here that are on their way back east. It is less than optimal, but the four of you have boarded the train.
I wouldn't do this immediately. We kind of get ourselves established, and I would assure my companions I will let me work on getting us a bit less disgusting accommodation.
Kasimir's already on a bunch of potato sacks, kind of like laying back. Like,
so with that being the case, and Kasimir seemingly comfy, Axiom, are you comfy back here in the
I just stand in the corner.
Space? Yeah, that's about right.
I am good.
I will. I would eventually make my way into the inner part of this place, using my House Orion signet ring to essentially not bargain for, but inform them that I will be requiring a cabin for myself.
That's easy enough. That is beyond simple. It's small conversations, and you are shown immediately to where it is. The train is packed. But you're going from Sharn to Rote to God, it's going to split off and go into Aundare. You can go into Karnas. So people from all over Khorvaire are sitting in this train, and it's the usual 10 cars that are involved, but every passenger car is just completely full. The more accommodating cars for those who can afford it or those who represent the houses, especially you being an agent. Your name is still on the rolls, yes, as one of the rail marshals. So you are given a nice suite inside of the first class passenger car. And from there, you're asked, there's lunch delivered. There are drinks that are given to you, or not lunch. There are drinks. There's a small snack that's given to you. Everything is being prepped up and placed in there by the time you get there. And that was all courtesy of one of the House Galandra halflings, working with one of the House Civis gnomes who's done ascending to tell the catering side of the house to prep a cart for a son of the house.
So I followed Railvane, and as we're passing between two cars, right? We're out of sight of anyone. I'm going to use my adjust appearance again to turn myself into a ladyboy, following him.
God.
All right. I see where you're going with this. All right, just following on, and you have the paramour. Is it that you're kind of going for the paramour?
Is this helping, or is this?
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
Just so people will see Railvane and go, oh, okay, he's like that.
He's going through it, and Railvane has his unknown paramour attached to him.
Yeah, I'll close the door behind just
at a few paces. No. So from there, and then Kaz, are you remaining inside the transport cart along with Axiom? Okay.
Yep. He's happy to be back there. He doesn't have to worry about being, polite or paying attention to people with marks and all this crap or whatever. He can just hang out with the common people.
Fair enough. And what about you, Axiom?
I'm hanging out in the cargo hold, man. I don't want to be around people. I don't trust anything going on here. We're wanted men, and they're just lollygagging around.
How dare you?
I'm hanging out with the potatoes.
Oh, easy enough. So
Ash, where are
Vane,
you going to spend your time?
yeah, I guess what's the plan? Vane, are you just staying in the first class car? Ash, you're up there kind of wandering around in the first class area. So I'll leave it up to the four of you.
Make some money while you're up there.
Yeah, buddy.
No, I'm staying in Railvane's car. Like I went to his quarters. Like I'm in there. But I will mark a stress to mind link with Kasimir before we leave, just so if something happens, we can like communicate.
All right, easy enough. Vane, are you inside the cabin the entire time, or?
Not when it's just the two of us.
Makes it weird.
No, I would actually kind of wander, like I would adjust my appearance in so much that like I make everything a little bit tighter fitting, a little bit more professional looking, the way that I should have dressed as a marshal, generally speaking. And then I would periodically just kind of wander the cars, essentially doing my job, but for myself. Listening to rumors or conversation that's happening. Like every once in a while I would just stop a person and be like, papers.
Nice
kind of situation to keep up the appearance that I'm here on a for an official reason.
Do you keep stopping asking Ash for papers over and over? And
basically. And then as we kind of travel from destination to destination, keeping my eye on who's coming in and any other kind of like those notice zones where our pictures would have been displayed in prominent location to see if they continue to come up in various places, but however long that is, I don't know.
Easy enough. That is super simple. And Ash, you just wander in the cart.
I'm staying in Railvane.
Staying in the cabin. Okay. She's in the cabin. Okay.
I imagine there's like a mini bar there where they charge by what you get, and I'm trying everything. I'm like, I take one bottle, I just take a sip. Not on. Take another bottle, take a sip. Not that one. So I'm just racking up some credits on his bill.
Jesus. All right. I love the assumptions of how this works. Awesome. You're gonna screw Railvane over. That's fine.
Give him some money.
Vane, and this trip is going to take about 3 days. So as you're doing this, for Axiom and Kaz, you're back there with like the common folk, or at least the people who just really can't afford things, or they're there for other reasons, much like the two of you. You have gotten into a little bit of good graces with some of the goblins that have told you they're traveling back home. They're heading to Dargoon, and they are going to be heading to the Margul Pass. And they've begun telling you all about their homeland, and they started describing some of the great glory things you can see in the Rue Condral, to include what you are able to refer to as the bloody market. It's this great menagerie of things and goods, and anything you want is available from all over Sharn, and things that you can't find in Sharn that are goblin only. And that's kind of where the two of you are getting your days spent, is just you're being welcomed into the little goblin subculture that's back here, just with a little bit of ease.
Make sure to play dice and stuff with him, but like
Absolutely.
using his instinct and his knowledge to kind of always be sort of on the losing end of everything. So he's like always feeding coppers to them, like
and you were they're just like again, Doris, go dig, you're the good dig, no good roll, and they're enjoying this, and you're building. There's a rapport being built with you guys. For Ash, you're just kind of hanging out, running up tabs, assumably hitting the, assumably ringing the little pull bell that rings down into the kitchen cart and has House Galandra send something else up to this cart and take away trays. There's all sorts of, a lot of high profile and high flavor profile foods are available to you. Very expensive foods.
Oh yeah. Oh, this one's a little too well cooked. Can you take it back? Give me a new one, but I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it.
Ash is gonna recreate every bad TikTok video of not getting good service. These are
Come in like that one guy who's really annoying in the restaurant, stomping with the tray like, yeah, and making the faces every time he eats, and then everybody's like, ooh, leave the dining car. He's about to eat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, making himself known. And Vane. It is after the stop near the border of Karnath that on your little adventures, as you're doing a job that you're the rest of the lightning rail just assume that you're there for that purpose of doing the job. No one is even questioning the fact that they're just like, what? Did you guys hire him? No, I didn't know we were getting an agent. Okay, it doesn't really matter. And they're letting you go. It's after that stop, though, that there are some suspicious folks about in the carts. And they are moving about from passenger car to passenger car. They'll cut through the dining car. They have gone as far back as the kind of the cattle car and that area where you left your two companions.
Mm-hmm. I did want to add, if I knew like just however long, like the length of time, like each day I would have made a point to go back into that car to like scare the shit out of the goblins and to like kind of I would like jerk around with Kasimir, like trying to every day, let me see your papers. Let me see your papers kind of situation to be able to get in close to fill them in like everything's going smooth and blah, blah, blah.
All right. No, perfect. Easy enough.
And to sneak him a couple bottles of booze to share around.
Easy enough. You're a goblin lover.
Yep, basically.
All right, targeted harassment by the law enforcement of the lightning rail.
I don't shake down the goblins. I thought about it, but
It's
it'd
the
only
dwarf.
be taking Kasimir's money.
So you're going on the plan. Everything is going fine, but there are some suspicious folks. Yes, that have boarded the train.
I would follow them nondescriptly. I like in this point, I would fall into my job, which was to find these kind of people on board and keep an eye on them. And if they start doing anything beyond just looking shady, to stop them from doing said thing.
Okay. They are milling about. They don't interface as a group. You've only seen them talk to in like one-on-one and then go their separate ways. As you're closing in on Stern Gate, which will be the end of the line for the ride for you guys, there seems to be a level of excitement in what they're doing. They're starting to ask questions of people. There's more than one time in that last couple of hours before arrival that another House Orion courier has had to step in and say, hey, is everything fine here? It's a little loud in this in the area. There was a kerfuffle in the dining car area involving one of them, but it's always resolved very quickly and high apologetics. And the lightning rail staff continues to kind of go about their business.
How many of them have I been able to track?
You are aware that there are 5.
Okay. I would actually, at this point, I would like having seen them do this kind of thing and not being able to continue to keep track of these people. Ash is going to have to pay his bill through service.
Okay. Sounds
but I would, during one of the nights, I would just let him know the situation. Like we have some weirdos. I need your eyes as other than just sitting in here and drinking up all of Kasimir's alcohol. fill him on the situation and try to recruit him into just being able to sit nondescriptly in different areas to keep an eye out on where these people tend to kind of meet. And if he can glean any information close by that I might not be able to get in close enough to hear.
Awesome. Easy enough. Ash. Are you going to acquiesce?
Are you going to help me?
Yeah, I will help him. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit guilty. I'm looking around this room that I just sort of.
This room is just
mess.
trash. Like
It's
there's
a mess.
like the bedding is greasy and stuff.
Yeah, I'm feeling bad about myself. I gotta get out of this room. This Railvane's a horrible, like he's
starting
messy.
to smell like Kalishtar in here.
Hey, hey. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the room and I'll
what is happening?
I will help. I will help him.
Easy enough. As you're kind of jumping between guises and moving between cars, there is a moment that they are starting to, the five of them are coming together. There's one, it's in the dining cart, and it's packed at this point because it's like that last chance to get a real solid meal in before Stern Gate, and there's another embarkation and debarkation or further travels for a lot of folks, and they're starting to come one by one as they're gathering around a table there, so a round table off the side of the inside of the dining car. And you have great eyes, meaning you are shifty yourself, and you pick up shiftiness pretty easily. And one of them, he's wearing a heavy cloak, and the cloak is pulled tight and actually cinched at the front from underneath the cloak. So it's like if you were a cloak up and grab it with your hand and your fist and hold it closed. He's doing that. And when he sits down and pulls the hood back, you recognize it as it's a female half elf, not Kess, of course not, but definitely a female half elf. The rest of them are humans or half elves. And there is one that bears, because in your line of work, there's always someone who just can't stop and not try to be cool about everything that they do in life. And there's one that has a very small tattoo just poking out of their collar area. And the tattoo is in the shape of a claw.
All right. So as I see them starting to gather, I'm mind linked with Kasimir, and I'm gonna say, hey, I think you and Axiom need to make your way up here. There's a situation forming.
Are we gonna? We're close to the end.
We're
about to get kicked off of this, I think. So let's go. Let's go see what's up.
You two make your way to the dining cart through. You're traversing a hell of a length of train. Are you notifying Vane that there's a problem?
If I can, I'll try to track him down too.
I mean, the mind link is easy. Well, that requires stress marks, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why.
I mean, I would have been keeping an eye on these people regardless.
That's
right?
fair
So
enough.
I'm like, if they're on one end of the car, I'm on the other end of the car, maybe having ostensibly having my own meal, or talking with another passenger or something like that about how has your travel been, and that kind of personable stuff.
No, easy enough. Yes. So the four of you have now kind of compressed from opposite ends of the lightning rail, and you do see what Ash had, at least mentioned for you, Kaz. You understand, like, oh, I see the problem. Yeah. And Axiom, from your perspective, you're looking around, and there's a table of 5 individuals, and they don't carry themselves as normal people. They carry themselves. There's something about warriors. There's an ease with how they sit and how they behave. And these 5 definitely have that air about them. Their body language is quite clear. They can handle themselves in any situation, and they believe that. And Ash, they're still looking around the room. They're constantly checking the left and their right, and they're glancing around the cart, taking note of who is in there. and their conversation stops when Vane manages to come back into the dining car, doing his tickets, check, and all that, and asking how the meals are, and being a good agent of the house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna I've got like what is it, like I've got I can create that hand. I can create like
Mhm.
a hand. I'm a
Mhm.
mage hand. Magic hand is the
Mage
same
hand,
size
yeah.
and strength as my own. Yeah. Okay. So I want to do that, and I don't know how subtly I can do this, but the one with I'm concerned about the one with you describing that cloak or that kind of covering. I kind of want to
Sure.
try to like I don't know touch it or feel it or somehow like get a sense of like what may be underneath there.
Okay. Does this require a spell casting roll?
It doesn't say it
Just
on
his
here. It just
conjure,
says
right?
you conjure
Okay.
magical hand. Yeah.
It's enough so you can conjure it out within far range. So that's close enough to like get it conjured up right at the cloak. And then if you want to, because it's I mean, what does it look like when the hand manifests?
It's kind
Bright
of like a
green
ghost. Yeah, it's it's kind of translucent. It's kind of ghost. Something like you can see. It's not like obvious, but if you look kind of looking at it, it's kind of like it's like almost like seeing the shadow of a hand.
Okay.
But
So wait a second. Let me get this right. He's on a train using a magic hand to open a girl's coat.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Got it.
And he may or may not look like a
yeah, and
no, not anymore. I changed. That was only.
And his other hand is gripping his short sword.
Oh,
it's the size of a dwarf's finger.
You guys are painting the picture wrong for Ash. He's a valuable member of society.
Yeah, this is not going to Sharn Inquisitive.
He's just sitting around the corner with his tongue sticking out of the side of his mouth, like.
Stop checking for explosives. She might have explosives.
You're gonna make something explode.
It's legitimate.
So are you trying to do this in like a stealthy manner? Because that's gonna require presence to manipulate this. Well, no, presence. Well, you know what? It's the same size as your hand, strength of your own hand within far range, which tells me you're kind of manipulating it through psychic connection. Let's use finesse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
What? Is that a bad one for you?
Finesse.
Come on, fear. Damn it.
Hey, well.
All right. I will say this.
None of you have rolled with fear except for me this whole session.
It's insane. Yeah, it's insane.
We can change that. We can change that. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm not burning fear. Yeah, it is unusual. So that hand appears out, and is it like on the cloak? Is it like where's the hand? Where's the hand?
Towards like the hem, the bottom. So I'm trying to be as unobtrusive as possible. So maybe under the underneath it, coming from underneath the table, but coming out from the table underneath.
All right. Are you gonna like kind of? Is the intent to pull it down to like kind of pull the cloak apart?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So you're doing that, and Axiom, you're watching Ash, and you realize he is up to some tricks, and you're scanning between Ash and the table. You notice that the female half elf, there's a brief moment where Ash has that weird stare he gets on his stupid face, and she starts to look down, and there's a slight subtle glow just at the bottom of the table where the bottom of her cloak is. It's a very similar color to the color scheme that Ash prefers in his doings. And I'm telling you this because Ash could use a little bit of positive thoughts and prayers.
Okay.
Yes, that help me. Help me.
What did you get? A 13.
He got
I'm going to
13.
give you 3 points from a prayer dice.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
what do you do, Axiom, to provide this divine?
As I see the look on his face, I know we're going to get into some trouble. So I put my hand on my holy symbol and silver flame. Please let these idiots not get us killed. That is my prayer, because I've seen that look before, and we're in a room full of people, and I really don't want to have to end up killing 50, 60 people to get us out of here.
You don't want a Homelander this train?
I don't want a Homelander the train, but I'm willing to Homelander this train. So let's just hope you get away with whatever you're doing.
Outstanding. Yeah, for whatever reason, the head nod down stops, and she whips her head over to you, Axiom, and it has this. It's just this look. It's quizzical about that look, like almost sizing you up. And
I give her that
go ahead.
That warrior nod when she looks at me. The what's up?
What's up?
Bring it, bitch.
The hand pulls that hem. The cloak comes open. As the cloak comes open, she stands up, pushes away from the table. A chair goes flying into the table next to her. Her 4 companions stand up, and as they stand up, they raise up crossbows that are covered in dragon shard and rune etchings. And the cloak goes wide on her, and she pulls it back. And around her, and like centered on her chest, is a massive medallion in the shape of the holy symbol of the blood of Val. And she simply turns, reaches her hand, pulls out, places the hand down on it, and puts her hand forward as fire begins to lace around the blood of Val. And she screams, "Death is not the end." And that's where we'll call it.
And I'm looking up blood of Val.
It's always
that window.
It is always the half elf women. It's always the half elf women.
Yeah, your character will definitely know who the blood of Val is, Mega. So
yeah, I figured he would. I just don't.
100%. There are a fucking death cult.
Nice. Hey, another conflict of faith for Axiom to have once she starts talking to me.
Yeah.
Death cult, you say? Do you have pamphlets?
I'm good at death.
Yeah, I'm good at death.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna call it there.
We're all good. Like we're gonna go great through this entire campaign until the BBG is just fucking Axiom.
He kneels before the Lord of Blades and agrees to take his place.
He takes the mantle from the Lord of Blades.
No, I am reaffirmed in my faith due to the words of Ash. He really made me think, you know what? This is my first crisis of faith. And if I abandoned my God at the first crisis of faith, did I have any faith to begin with?
No, but the
Fair
second,
enough. Yeah. Fair enough.
Now the second
Fair
or third, we'll come back to the question.
Fair enough. All right.
Oh,
well, as
man.
always, it's always gonna be a cliffhanger. If I can get to the cliffhanger, we're gonna get to the cliffhanger.
Yeah,
So,
buddy, I love it.
Perfect. Awesome. Once again, thanks, chat, for showing up and showing out. There was a lot of good conversation about what goblins eat.
And who eats goblins?
And who eats goblins, and goblin head cheese, and a few other weird things. With that, we're going to start getting out of here. Reverse order. We'll reward Mega for Axiom's foibles.
Hello, Mega Reacts here. Had a lot of fun here. Definitely setting up for next week, where hopefully I don't massacre everybody, but we'll see how it goes. Other than that, you can catch me here obviously Sundays, Fridays on Savage Talk, running Miami by Night. Otherwise, Mega Reacts, YouTube, Patreon, TikTok. Just hit 20K on TikTok. Yay.
Hey.
Yeah, so
Right on.
yeah, rock and roll.
Nice. Should have had you play a bard. Frost.
Hi, I'm not a bard. You can find me all over here on Moonskull and on Tales from the Dragon's Tavern, on Savage Talk, and on my channel where I'm playing games all the time. I just want to know, how fast is the train going? Just curiosity, looking out the window, like, how far can I fall? I
If it
mean,
left
I
this
just
place at this time going this speed, and the other one left this place at that time going that.
exactly. I'm doing
Can
math.
I
Well,
jump
I'm
the
just curious if there's one person just watching this thing goes by and it's just on fire. The train's like, whoa! Like, I don't see that every day.
So that's all right. There's always ways of stopping everything, and we'll get it. I'm sure you guys will figure something out clever between now and then. Where can we find you besides death traveling?
Everywhere. You can find me all over Moonskull, my links, all kinds of other places. Just look on Moonskull, you'll find me.
Fair
And
enough.
in Discord.
That's true. Discord a lot. Rhythm.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. We really, really appreciate that you take time out of your weekend to hang out with us. If you want, you could find me here on Moonskull, both Sunday afternoons and Saturday nights, playing Curse of the Crimson Throne, where everything over there goes almost to as much hell as it does here. It's great. You can also find me over on X and start playing if you want to play games with me over there. We're having tons of fun in both locations. I would really appreciate it too if you would check out the Moonskull channel tomorrow night for Moss's masks of the gnarliest of hoteps, where they surf their way through, I don't know, the fucking Cthulhu apocalypse and shit over there. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm having tons of fun with this. I hope you're all having tons of fun watching us. And pretty soon Scott's gonna murder somebody in real life. It's gonna be great. That's me.
Check. It's not murder if you get paid to do it by the government. Anyway, Send Dragon.
Yeah, you can find me on Start Playing. If you can only watch one actual play, watch Shattered Sigil. If you can watch two, do watch The Curse of the Crimson Throne, where I think Rhythm might be the most normal character, but I say that in quotes because they're all pretty out there.
Oh, fucking
But
weird over there.
also, there's a really awesome Kickstarter, Split Infinities, these guild games that Scott has going. There's 12 days left. They're halfway to their goal. It's bringing more Daggerheart coolness. So I suggest and heartily encourage everyone to go check it out and support it if you're able.
Much appreciated. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and yeah, thanks everyone. I know it's Sunday and it's in the middle of the day and it's a weird time slot. But yeah, we got at least a handful of people who are at least having a good time. And that's what's important. And something else I can think of because you already got pitched. So with that, I think we are